This week, we're talking about how to choose the right life insurance policy. The main thing that you want to start off with when you're looking for a life insurance policy is what is your goal? Is your goal because you're starting a career, you're starting a family, you're nearing retirement, you're living in retirement? Depending on what your goals are, depends on what type of life insurance policy you need. Now, the most common types of life insurance policy are term versus permanent. So keep in mind that term is like renting a house. You're also renting the insurance. So just like when you're renting a house, when the term has expired, the policy's over with. Just like when you rent a home, when you move out of the home, you take your stuff, but you don't get any of the equity like you do when you were to sell it. Now, flip flop that to permanent life insurance. So, depending on which policy you choose, it could be a UL, it could be whole, it could be variable, it could be a variable UL. Any of those policies have cash value, and that is like buying a home. So when you sell the home and move out, you might also take the cash value with you. Now, something really important to think about is how much do you really need? You don't want to ever be overinsured. So, the question that I often ask my clients is if something would have happened last night, how much would you need? Now, that question oftentimes puts things into perspective to be like, if something had happened last night, how much money would I need to pay off the house, pay off any debts, pay off cars, student loans? And more importantly, how much money would I need to live for the future? Because when someone passes away, it takes longer than a week to grieve that loss, to go through probate. I mean, that's typically a year bare minimum. So you want to make sure that you have enough money to make any payments that you want to make, pay anything off you want to make, but also give yourself adequate time to grieve that person's loss and to make sure that your lifestyle doesn't have to change because that person is no longer there. I often get asked, how do I apply for life insurance? It's really pretty easy. Typically, after the application, they will pull an MIB. Basically, what that is that's your medical credit report. Once you've had your medical exam and everything has been sent back to the agent, the insurance company, everybody's going to review that, see if they still want to offer you the same dollar amount of insurance at the same rate that you originally applied for, or if there needs to be adjustments made. And that could be good or bad. I mean, a lot of times people think that life insurance, when it's adjusted, is only for the bad. There are some health things that popped up that you didn't realize, but there also can be adjustments made for the good. So maybe you came in at a better rate class than you thought you would. So they may offer you more life insurance at a discounted rate, as well as the rate that you originally applied for. The insurance might be less expensive because you're in better health than you thought you were. Once that initial review has been done, they will come back to you and say, okay, are you ready to accept the policy? Typically, that's done with a signature if there is any changes that are made, but if there's no changes need, typically that happens automatically. So one question too is, where do you buy life insurance? So you can buy it from a local insurance agent like me, or you can go out and you can purchase it online. Now, there's benefits and caveats to both. So make sure when you're doing your research that you're choosing a company that has been around for a long time, has really good ratings. I think that life insurance is easier when purchased through an agent, someone that you can talk to. Now, if you like to purchase things online, make sure that there's a 1-800 number somebody that you can talk to. But the benefits of having an agent is that it's the same person throughout the entire process. So you essentially don't have to start over, tell the entire story to somebody new in order to get your questions answered. And they'll be your point of contact if there's any hiccups with the policy. If you need to file a claim, they'll be the ones that will also handle it. Or if there's any hiccups with billing, things like that, that agent will be your point of contact. And it just makes the entire process so much easier. Now, I always encourage people to apply for life insurance. It's super affordable and it's really, really easy. I know sometimes it can be intimidating because nobody wants to talk about their demise, but I found that when you have your ducks in a row, things never happen. So I encourage you to go out, find someone local to you, licensed in your state, to talk about life insurance and find the right policy that works for you and your family.